Thank you so much, Shiver. Hello, Copenhagen. Time to talk to the man himself, the legendary Status here coming up at this event, potentially. Aoi 2000, so good to see you yet again. Now, they were prepared for you guys, banned out the Kunkka Tusk combo, which you have an endless win rate on, but you let them have that Mirana, which is a pretty high win rate. Your answer for that was the Primal Beast, I'm assuming? This is, I believe, the first time we're seeing you guys pull this out at the International.
Wait,
this International.
First time playing Primal.
I've heard a lot of scrims have included him, but I have not seen him on the main stage.
I mean, we didn't know, but yeah, we pulled it out. We hid the strat. It was all planned, of course. We hid all our heroes, and that's why we're in lower bracket. We're just hiding strats.
So it's time to cash in on those hidden strats.
Apparently.
All right, now, I'm not here to stress you out, Aoi, but this is lower bracket. Might be the last time you're able to talk to the fans, you know. We're going to do the other coach next interview. Anything these guys in this arena can do to hype you guys up and get you ready for this match and to win this one?
I don't know. I mean, I think we pride ourselves on being calm. So obviously we love to hear the cheers because I think it'll make them nervous, honestly. Like the more cheers, the more the hands are shaking.
All right, fantastic. Well, we can hear that crowd cheering right now. Best of luck to you, and we'll get straight into the game with our casters.
Thank you very much, Slacks. Yes, it's myself, Odie Pixel here with Fold, ready to take you through the action of this first exciting best of 3 of the day. BB team up against Falcons, Fold. Here in the lower bracket, we heard from the panel, the record as it's gone over the year, it's not been great for BB team. No. Something about this matchup, they just can't win a series here. It's where it counts the most, Fold. For them to hold on in this international run, they've got to do it today.
This is the time to prove it. And it's been really, most of the time, just toward those later stages of the games. I think most of the time when we talk about BBT, early game dominators. It's just, can they close the games out? So many times this year, I swear, me and you have even casted them versus Falcons, 10,000 gold lead, going to 20 minutes, etc. And then they just can't close the game up and end up losing. So, yeah, this is the time to prove it. And a very strong early game aggressive lineup that they've gone for around this Nature's Prophet to try to put pressure
all
on
eyes on save.
But is it going to work out? That's the question. As we see Falcons, they bring out the Primal Beast. Amar, not the most comfortable.
Okay, that's a W stun. Big W.
Comfortable to pick it now that he's played a couple more times in these pubs.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to see what he's going to be able to pull out from the off lane on the Primal. I mean, overall, so do you like this approach from BB team? It is, again, one of those drafts, right, where you've got, what, 4 ranged heroes, 1 melee. A lot of this is going to be on the Doom to kind of tank the brunt of the attacks coming in from Falcons, whereas Falcons, they've got a lot more beef across their lineup.
Yeah, man, they've got a lot of team fight on Falcons, which can be a bit of a concern. It's just about the early game aggression, and Skinner
stepping up with the blood grenade.
W!
Run him down, the heal comes in.
Come on!
One more hit.
W!
It is!
Buys! Get your buys out right now.
I actually wish, I want a stat line that we need to get. How often do you get first blood? Especially in some of these lanes maybe that can have some difficulty with it. Doesn't matter. Even with the Doom, with that Lion, versus a Lina Omni, one of the most defensive lanes, they're still able to get that. I think Save in particular has always impressed us. The way that he's able to make some of these not most traditional 4 heroes kind of pop out.
Oh my god, look at middle. 13 and 5.
Matchup so far in the mid lane. Some fantastic stuff here from GPK on the first few waves. 13 and 5 against the 9 and 0. Getting that early lead against Mallory.
Mallory should be able to do just fine, though. Probably just a couple extra denies that you'll see come out from GPK, but bullying the Sand King with the Nature's Prophet a bit difficult. We'll just see the rotations. I'm curious to see if GPK is going to be pretty active, especially toward the top lane, toward the Lina, because I think that's why they wanted this, right? Yeah, you don't have the best ways to get on her at some points, but if the Nature's Prophet's TPing behind, you have great ways to
all lanes are going good.
If you look at both of the side lanes of BB team, they can get action going early, right? They will be able to set up and, yeah, you throw an Nature's Prophet on top of that. Falcons have got to be ready for these early movements.
Yeah, because bottom, it can be a little bit of an awkward lane, right? You look at this Mirana plus Wind Ranger, there's not really any setup, but when there's a Shackle Shot and there's a Sprout, could definitely see some potential kills. But this one, I would say, is the harder one for them to get.
Oh my god! It's Toronto Tokyo with the mount!
They have good ways to reset away.
You won't believe it, but the mount he's using for Mirana cost over 500 euro. He spent over 500 euro for that mount. Very cool. Very cool.
Finding the CS down it. unless they get massively out of position. I feel difficult for Falcons to get the jump onto the Wind Ranger in the lane.
Yeah, it's all about if he just steps up a bit too far. They do get a nice side pull here from Toronto, Tokyo. And thing to point out also, they did get both of the Lotuses in these first 3 minutes. So always important to point it out. When you're playing with Mirana,
he's a millionaire. That doesn't change anything.
But, hey, 20% extra, you get 2 Lotuses. These things can add up in these side lanes.
Mid lane, as you say.
Nice.
Catch back up, but the deny is actually building up from GPK.
And let's see how much GPK's micro also comes in, because sometimes I see these NPs mid, it's trying to secure runes when you're playing versus these bottle heroes. So
Prophet ult coming in.
At least one of them finished up and potentially just going to get a refill.
Gonna get some kills there coming in.
But GPK
how far are we?
That hurt on.
That's a lot of damage from him and his
And look, he's canceling the TP, so he is going to be able to deny away that top one. So nicely done.
Elaitoh, stop giving L takes. Everybody add Elaitoh and an L take.
From GPK to start this one off.
His levels are going to be quick too, so as soon as that level 6 comes off, we're going to have to keep eyes on this Wrath of Nature, how much it's going to be able to do to these side lanes.
Of course, on the top, Snake King should be able to make sure the two of them don't ever get left or have to sit very low in HP in this lane.
Okay, Lena's going to die.
The bottom one, probably the more vulnerable. Crit's going to have to be careful.
He's got to get some stacks going, it looks like. They can't get too aggressive down here, so Crit will work on those. We see Malrine also. It's the Sand King versus this Nature's Prophet, so he's going to be playing around stacks to ensure that he can keep that net worth consistent. Yeah, so far, all 3 lanes though. BBT looking strong.
Come on, Sig.
This is, as you said, it's sort of been the story a lot of the times when we do see BBT.
Yes.
Right? This is definitely the part of the game where you really sort of see the kind of the MMRs reflected, right? It's, what, 3
Here we go.
cores at the moment in the top 10 on the board.
This is always a scary moment.
The mechanics early on, they're going to be pretty flawless.
Yeah,
he's even got a free lane.
I'm just watching them. I'm always watching this top
so
lane.
He can TP away if he wants
how
to.
much they can go for these dive plays onto Skeeter, because Skeeter is struggling.
The enemies are definitely aware though. They are aware.
At the moment. And NP has hit 6, so I'm watching.
They're thinking about it.
TP's up. Do they want to make an aggressive move off of that immediately?
GPK is definitely going to be ready to join if they do want to dive. But at the same time, Falcons...
Oh my god, that mount is really cool.
Quick TP response from Crit or something. That they can respond and they can fight back.
The cool thing that he's doing right now, though, is he's got this catapult wave in mid, right? So he knows that Malrine has to TP back to the mid lane. So if he makes an aggressive move to his side lane now, there's definitely not going to be a Sand King.
Look at the trees abuse.
I mean, yeah, the 6 minutes in. Look how much damage has already been done by GPK to this mid tier 1. It's basically dead.
It's pretty much
one more
gone.
push, and this tier 1 tower is going to be taken off the map.
That's going to open up the map for him even more so, too, to make that type of move. Doesn't have to worry about... I mean, he doesn't have to worry about where the Sand King is in particular once they take out that tower. They'll have so much information.
Yeah, slow start, but a very steady and sure one here for BB Team. 2K net worth lead already, just 6 minutes in.
Lane dominators.
Very good.
And Falcons, after when you're going through this laning stage, is it just sort of full focus on making sure you don't give up kills? What's sort of the calls being made from Falcons?
I think it's just making sure that Skeeter doesn't get surrounded.
Yeah.
It's going to come very soon. It feels that they're going to look to pressure these towers with this MP.
Minute 7.
Such a good start. The tower's dead mid. So 7 minutes also, he can look to contest the Wisdom Rune if he'd like to, if they had a secondary person in position, but...
No, it doesn't look like it. Crit setting up just in case the TP was going to be coming in, but as you say, GPK not going to look to make that risky move, so Crit will be able to secure his own Wisdom Rune.
Don't need to make these type of risky moves. I'm sure they're feeling it as well, too. It's like, we're not feeling pressure on these lanes whatsoever. We've killed the Lina, NP's taken the tower, Wind Ranger's not under pressure. It's a free farm across the board for them right now.
Yeah, it really is. Everything definitely going to plan for BB Team up.
Tokyo.
Okay, rotation.
Found in the trees by Crit.
Spend more money on your mount.
So he tried to make a sneaky play there, but the ward was already placed from
Do play-by-play, Mr. Streamer, while there's 2 people talking non-stop.
So they saw this one coming in.
No.
Look at this quick move now from the 3 of them.
It's a view party.
They want to try and
It's a
punish
view
Psycho here on
party.
the Wind Ranger.
See how far up Psycho does go.
4 heroes on the job here to try and kill this Wind Ranger. They get the setup here from Amar. Quick turn with the shackle shot.
Okay.
TP's starting to come in.
Any helpers? Saved.
In with the stun to hold them back, but it doesn't matter. Crit still in with the pushback.
Oh!
They'll get the kill. GPK, TP's in.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! GPK, you stupid bastard! You stupid!
GPK going down slowly but surely.
Here we go.
Another stun.
Oh, he's so fucking bad. Tip them.
They're gonna get the team wipe.
The numbers.
What a fight! They bring the numbers. They start off with just the 4 of them. It gets the response.
Literally
from
drunk
BB
for his
Team.
TP.
but Falcons just able to play that out that little bit better. Crit getting some fantastic bushwhacks, and yeah, GPK TP's in, but after the initial
banter, really.
Clicks, he's left vulnerable.
No banter.
Skeeter does go down, but they have overwhelming damage that comes in from this Primal and Sanking. Malrine, a clutch move. Level 8 now. We've seen a couple times Sankings do this with their first rotations. The first epicenter is devastating.
I mean, at the start, it looks like, hey,
so if you're an intellectual here,
get out of this, but Crit coming in from that extra
with
angle,
property, you may be in hindsight.
They kind of fully
this
focus in onto
CP
Skeeter,
is retarded.
And that leaves GPK in this position where he's got nothing else to do other than to try and run away.
Yeah, in hindsight, it probably is just a bit of an over-aggressive TP where he goes. Maybe he could have placed himself a little closer to the tower on this Nature's Prophet, but he put himself pretty much right in the midst of everybody, and the big team fight damage that can come out from this Falcons lineup, it can accelerate quickly.
Yeah,
Sanking and Primal is a ton of early game damage.
Well, we see already. Might get another chance to take down Psyken there, and with the bow strike, Psyken's trying to escape, but Snaking slams him down with a hammer. Falcons, they have completely wiped away those early opening, 7 minutes where BB team were dominating the lanes. That's completely gone now.
And now they've got control of this bottom side too. I mean, 2 back-to-back kills on the Wind Ranger. Definitely concerning for him.
Where is Doom's farm?
He's going to hit some fantastic timings these games with his early involvements. 2-0-3. He's 1,800 gold already onto the Blink Dagger. It's going to be super quick this game.
Yeah, and the levels are just coming out super fast just from winning a team fight like that. So overall, BB does have to be careful how they make those over-aggressive moves a little bit here. Unless they can like pop the targets almost instantly. Maybe once they have like the Lion Finger, they can do another aggressive move like that to kill a target fast, but they need to kill them quick before Falcons reacts.
Absolutely. I mean, it is again the nature of the draft, right, that we talked about. The Doom, the only melee hero. Outside of that, it's a lot of squishies.
It's true.
And if they get caught in the wrong position in a team fight, they will get picked off one by one, especially against all this amount of huge burst and AoE, especially like this stage of the game, right? Falcons, they've got incredible magic damage output.
Magic damage output and just lots of AoE stuns. So GPK starting to get the push going here with his Treant up top. It's gonna die though, so it does make his way at least to mid to maybe take away the rune from Malrine.
Yikes.
Oh, there it is, 10-minute Blink Dagger.
So early.
On top of this phase boost already, Malrine. He's already been a huge threat across the map. That's only going to continue now.
If he does, yeah, you actually just call it, I think.
Did, right?
I think so. Yeah, it is.
I didn't see where it did die. Yeah, so, I mean, a minute where he's not going to be able to bring it unless somebody else brings it out to him. So it could be a little bit of space, perhaps, for Psyka to
Crit's got it. Crit's bringing it out.
Crit's bringing it? Okay, I was going to say, that's usually... I've been seeing a couple players doing this when they do lose a courier, and they're going to instantly smoke him, so... Really clever move, and let's see if they're prepared for it on the side of BBT. Scan comes out, so they're aware of at least GPK's positioning at the moment.
He's going to try and get the opening onto Toronto, Tokyo, but a couple of leads will be enough to save.
Okay. So only 1 kill lead.
Another tier 2. This might be a bit too much for Falcons. I mean, they may be tempted to dive the town.
Oh no, it's going to be a massive dive, please.
He's pretty fragile on the Wind Ranger.
They're going to go for it. Straight away with the epicenter and the burrow. The bushwhack perfectly timed afterwards. Keeps Psyka locked down. Another kill on the Wind Ranger.
They might go for
really
more.
Holding his game behind.
It's no lead.
Leaps, they're all on cooldown. Toronto, Tokyo's got no way
Toronto's
to get
sticking around.
And you can tell Mara's practiced that. He did the combo where you instantly use the charge afterwards from the pulverize. No way to react. They're accelerating things quickly.
What?
BBT, GPK's trying to do almost the same, but look at Falcons responding right away.
Coming in, Malrine, he's going to be ready with a blink stun. And if BB send anyone up to this tier 1 tower, I mean, they're already starting to hold back a little bit, GPK and Mirror, because I think they know.
We got by level 6 and Dag Machine. That's a big W.
For BBT, they need to just get this Blink Dagger on Miro so he can start getting involved, because map is a little bit scary for them at the moment without him. And like you said, he needs to be that tanky force to jump in and start the action. Otherwise, it's a Nature's Prophet TPing in and likely just dying to all the big
just get 6, little bro.
Definitely needing that blink, but it's giving time for Skater to catch back up. He was the one who was struggling a bit on the side of Falcons, but he is actually ahead of the Wind Ranger now.
What has Lion been doing? Are you questioning
Falcons?
You know, when they start to get the lead at this point, I don't think they themselves will feel under too much pressure to make moves happen. They're happy to farm up on all 3 of their cores.
Okay, here we go.
Absolutely.
They know that
Level
it's
6,
going to still
Lion
be quite
coming
the recovery needed
Link
for
Doom
Psyka
coming in.
after a rough start here. 3 deaths in the early game as the Wind Ranger carry.
That can be pretty brutal when you're playing versus some tanky cores, right? Versus this Sanking and Primal that can just get on top of you. And then you throw an Omni Knight who just makes them even tankier, more durable. We'll see how they address this. Amar, he's also queued up the pipe, so really understanding the damage limits from BBT early on. There's the smoke, so they've got their blink now in the Doom. Can they find anything? Because right now, everybody on Falcons is just split up farming.
They are. They're getting a lot out of the map right now, Falcons. So BBT, when they make these sort of smoke movements, they have to get something good out of it.
Otherwise, it just quickly starts to show in the net worth. It's going to now up to 3K. It's going to quickly accelerate if they don't find a connection.
At the moment, nobody's down here. Their best effort may be to take the twin gate and try and look for a play up top. But even then, it's only snaking showing themselves. You see on the map right now, they don't see a lot, BB team. Falcons, whilst they're making as much as they can out of the lanes and the jungles, it's causing it to be incredibly difficult for BB team to find some sort of successful movement. Snaking, they just have to maybe settle.
He gets
the
repel off.
Yeah, repelling a TP.
Come on, Save. That's the fastest you got.
A support. Falcons just completely evading the moves from BB team.
Yeah, play the map beautifully. Snaking goes mid. It's the most dangerous position on the map, perhaps, but you know, he's fine with doing that as this Omni Knight.
Pinned.
To be the case for Snaking, that he does get picked off sometimes, but that's usually their plan. It's tough to get too over-aggressive on BBT because of how early that Sand Blink came out. Because of the
only 1K
they
lead
have great places
somehow, I
to
don't know.
counter-gank any of the BB aggression.
This is okay.
Still got a lot of damage. GPK can kind of get that level 2 in the Wrath of Nature.
Yeah.
He's closing in on the 12. And the Gleipnir. That's going to be the next sort of spot in which that they can look to get him involved. He's going to have a bit of control. That's going to help him stop Falcons from getting the jump onto him.
Save. Looking for Snay again. Big Wrath of Nature.
I mean, they may be considering if they can go with the Finger Burst and the Doom. They're going to go for it.
Okay.
Now, the tempo of the game slowed down, so they're happy to drop some ults here to kill off the Omni Knight.
Enjoy.
Snaking slowly but surely go down. Gets a few CS on the way out.
There's going to be an instant smoke from Falcons, though. So you get a kill, but it's on a 5 position. It's one of your big spells, probably your biggest one in this game committed. So have to avoid the ganks now from Falcons on the side of BBT.
And they expect that Miro is going to be playing on the top as we see Falcons come through the twin gate.
Yeah, we see Miro, of course, doing the trick. I'll try to point it out when I can, but, you know, selling stuff for Midas, etc. We'll be keeping tabs on him so he can keep that farm going. And they've reestablished at least
Sell
that net worth
dagger for Midas.
That one kill, things are at least evened out. He's farming very well.
He really is. Yeah, top net worth now on the Prophet. We'll see over towards the mid. Jump spin made over towards Toronto Tokyo.
Save.
He's got a leap at the ready. He's out. See if they can continue to play around with
Okay.
Save. Anything to put
W.
a stop to this? There isn't. So Save's also away, but Amar does manage to get the grab on Toronto Tokyo. So Falcons finding a kill nonetheless.
Falcons kind of gave him the respect there, though. Even though they didn't have Doom or anything ready, they were a
He
bit
did sell a
cautious how they
dagger.
approached the 2 supports.
Oh, they might be going for Miro now, though.
Oh, now they see him up top. This ward, too, spotting him.
Ooh.
Okay. A little bit of a pause, Reno. We're going to see, though, after this, what Crit, he's likely to have the setup onto Miro, and Mallory does have Epicenter.
He looks pretty dead.
If they want to do it safe and sound, they can just set up with a bushwhack, rev up the Epicenter, get in, and Miro not really having many options to get out of this and does not have any backup nearby.
No. Unless they mess up their chain stun somehow and he's able to TP in between it.
Or
That's
he
probably the
pausing.
only way that Miro is able to play his way out of this one. In the meantime, too, Falcons are pressuring mid. They have a pipe already finished up on Amar, so damage for BBT is a bit limited.
See Miro. Yep. He's going to try and juke around.
Oh, W!
Kind of mean he's still going.
They're going to get him. It's a little sloppy, but a kill's a kill.
Don't need the burrow trick save. Let's find the Hex on Amar, but Amar has 2,000 HP with a pipe.
Yeah, Amar's like, I'll go in. Save, he turns with a quick stun. But yeah, Amar very much showing right now, there's not a lot that he's scared of.
He looks pretty unkillable unless he gets like Doom and Fingered.
not
It
looking
feels
good
like,
at all.
especially if he has an Omni Knight behind him. This build is going to be very valuable versus the majority of magic damage that BBT has early on. GPK does have the Gleipnir finish. Level 2 Wrath of Nature is online, so let's see if he can make more active stuff happen. And if they want to make more active stuff happen,
His mid-profits never have any fucking impact, man.
No, that's true. I mean, does GPK want to look to fight, or do you think he wants to look to continue to farm and get the BKB before he starts?
Congrats, you're top
Because there is
network.
a
We're
lot
going
of
to
stunts
blink
on
in and
there.
I
die.
think the BKBs are going to be pretty necessary versus
Keep
the
in.
Sanking and Primal. I mean, even versus the Lina, it's a lot of magic. It's a lot of just mixed hybrid damage on the side of Falcons, so they might actually have to wait for that. But do you really want to give so much time is the question. I think as we said, as the panel said, as everybody kind of knows throughout this year, you want to give time to Falcons. You want to be the ones aggressing and putting pressure on them. Lion save is close to a Blink Dagger as well. That's actually pretty impressive with like how passive the kind of game state has been. So perhaps with that as well, they're going to be able to make another aggressive move.
Yeah, between the Finger Burst and the Doom, I mean, it's not necessarily a guaranteed kill on a lot of these targets because they have so high HP.
Ooh. And also, Malrine does have a shield rune. So even if they throw, let's say, a Doom onto him, if he pops the shield rune
Oh,
post
not
Doom,
again.
could be problematic for him as well.
He's so
Nero
dead.
shows himself for a second, and they're going aggro.
He's going to look for the setup, and Malrine's coming in with the follow-up. Mira once again not going to have anybody around to save him as Falcons pick up another freebie across the map.
They're getting so much.
Come on, you dumb cunt. Can he stop feeding?
Just tough for BBT to make aggressive moves, and yeah, it does feel like it's probably going to have to get those BKBs online. I think Saika, you have to accelerate your BKB. We've seen a lot of these win rangers. As the tournament progressed, it was straight Gleipnir most of the times, but I think the team started to recognize you need to go BKB a little earlier. But he's still not that close either. Those 3 deaths really slowing him down. Toronto, Tokyo.
He's pretty deep here.
He's
Sort
very
of testing
deep.
the vision of
Oh,
Falcons.
at this point they can't fight without
Gonna see him. They don't quite get the opening.
Nope. Those guys.
Big-
He's gonna be able to
BKBs.
mark. Marin's still able to blink in and try and body
Quick
block him
BKB
off.
for him now.
Toronto Tokyo is out at leaps. And that will mean that he is still very dead despite the initial spells missing from Falcons. It doesn't matter at this point. They can kill these heroes regardless.
Just limited moves. BBT, it's going to have to be waiting for BKB.
Save.
It does feel like it. Save's going to go for a pick.
Got the opening.
There's an Omni here.
Backups. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
That happens to the best of us.
I don't think they had him anyway. And now GPK.
Probably not.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that's what Save will tell you. Is that we weren't going to
Just
get
call
him
it.
anyway.
Go
Well,
home.
at least
Oh, no.
it doesn't look great, folks.
Things are crumbling quick, Owen.
They are first game out here on the main stage,
Call it.
and it may be getting to BBT.
You're not worthy to be TI winners.
It does feel like it's 3-15. I mean, after the first 5 minutes, right? That was them doing
Again,
one
if he
lane,
even
but
hits
nothing's
that,
gone their
some
way at
dumb
all
one,
after
they
that.
still die.
Miro spotted bottom. Amar, he's on him.
He is. See if Miro's got a way to play out of this. This time he might be able to escape.
But they also lose Toronto, Tokyo. There's just action
I mean,
everywhere.
Miro
Doom
has to
comes
drop
out.
down the Doom. Snakey's going to be here with a backup. Can they at least kill Amar?
Nope.
They can't. Not even with the 3th, and they have to fall back.
This is rough. Owen.
Yeah, Amar
this
knows
is
this
real
well.
rough.
He's ready to start throwing some tips out. This game is looking incredibly difficult for BB Team to hold on in.
Yeah, and Amar, they talked about the Primal Beast. It's something that Malrine has played the majority of their games. I know even at the last tournament, when they picked Primal, they actually had them swap, and they played different roles. So
Oh, here we go. Maybe
He's
they
just-
Okay. Didn't even have damage. He's got 2 kills. Oh my, he's...
as a support.
he has a Solar Crest.
See what he wants to do. How many buttons he wants to press whilst he makes them sort of spend a lot of time. They can't even kill him.
They
They can't even
can't
get him
kill him.
close to dead.
Oh, and this game is completely fallen out of control. They get GPK as well. Top,
That is
there's a
over.
Bloodstone on Malrine. Top
Call
net
it.
worth.
This is
They
embarrassing.
can't even kill the 5 position. Sometimes Falcons, they sacrifice their 5s, their supports, etc. This game, they don't even have to sacrifice them. They're just running away with everything.
And this has got to feel rough for them. You've got to imagine, right? You've been there yourself. When you're on stage, a game happens like this. This is
Fuck,
your
been on
first
the
game out
stage.
there.
Oh, the good old days.
How are you kind of getting the team morale back together after beginning this rough?
It's a good question, especially when you're playing versus your kryptonite of the entire
Yeah.
year. You come into this one with an idea, with a plan, and it's
Buy
just
more
completely fallen
cosmetics,
apart for
Toronto,
the first
please.
6 minutes, 7 minutes.
There we go.
They're gonna smoke again.
See what they can get here. They get to jump onto the side. Save's going to be there with a hex. There's
Okay.
Back to
Ah, missed the
down
stun.
to the 2 of them. They'll get the kill. They'll be able to
Okay.
take down Crit.
Malrine,
Trying to focus
he's
on
healing.
Bloodstone heal indeed. It's keeping him alive. He's over with the bar.
Oh my
God.
GG.
They're going to get GPK as well. Triple kill.
Holy
Kill
shit,
Crit,
well been
but I
destroyed.
don't think they can kill any other of these heroes on Falcons.
It doesn't feel
Where's
like
the
I look at
banter,
the
guys?
timings Malrine's hit. He's
Banter.
got Lightstone Veil, and of course he gets the most OP neutral item he could have possibly got for the scenario too.
My
The
goodness.
Vampire Fangs. He just sustains through it all. He's up to full HP. Level 18. Oh boy.
We'll see it again.
Nice.
A little sort of split efforts at the beginning on who to go on.
They just don't have the damage at this point. I mean, Malrine, look, he's just soaking all but 3 targets beating on him with the Solar Flare active.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel like GPK TPing in there just gave Marine more units to lifesteal off.
Perhaps.
He wasn't doing any damage.
Oh boy. We've seen Doom struggle in quite a bit of these games, especially
Big
in this road
Doom
to TI,
does
but now-
nothing. Big
I mean,
mid
it's not
NP
Miro's
does
fault in
nothing.
particular, but the whole lineup in general is just kind of crumbling. 4-21, they're going to lose their Tormentor too.
Yeah, Falcons just taking everything across the map. And it's going to take some sort of comeback. Like I feel we just don't really see from BB
No.
Team at this point to turn this one around. It's going to have to be something completely. A complete surprise, something we've never seen before from them. Because
No,
right
exactly.
now, everything is looking up for Falcons.
Because even when now at this point, the fact that the game has gotten so one-sided, when they get these BKBs, yeah, they'll be a little more survivable, but we've seen they just have no damage, and more of these auras are coming out. Primal Beast, we see Amar, he's got the Crimson. You
Oh,
can see
please!
Toronto Tokyo's desperate.
Oh
so-
my god.
Okay.
Jesus, that was a goal.
Takes his chance to get out. Toronto, Tokyo. Like he's just trying to get some sort of
They're cutting
vision.
waves.
Getting something out on the map, but they kill him again.
They've got no control of the map whatsoever. Like, everyone's just trying to, like, suicide lanes a little bit, but it kind of just is that at this point, this suiciding. 0 and 8 on Toronto, Tokyo. And I don't think yet this game, I've seen them been able to catch any, like, arrow setups with the shackle shot or with the sprout or anything. I mean, I know the game accelerated quickly after those first 7 minutes, but they just aren't landing any type of synergy spells, while Falcons,
Arena's too
it
good.
is landing nicely. And now pushing this tier 2, Amar dropping the flags, and they bought themselves a gem. So on top of already having complete control of the map, now they're looking to take out the little vision that BBT did have. So smooth sailing, it feels like now for Falcons, unless they make some type of crucial mistakes.
I mean, this is the thing as well. I feel like their lineup is pretty resistant to mistakes, right? They've got a lot of, they've got the auras online, they've got a lot of front line, they've got a lot of ways to dive high ground, they've got a lot of save from snaking. It feels like even the high ground push for this lineup on Falcons is still a point where it's going to be so difficult for BB team to punish.
I look at the HP on these heroes, right? Like, yeah, Raeyei doesn't look as tanky because it's only 2200 HP, but he's got 30 armor, he's got that insane sustain that comes out, they've got an Omni behind. They're all very durable at this point, and BBT's damage, it just hasn't really increased too much. As we said, survivability's up, the BKB's up on 2 of the cores, actually about to be up on the 3rd core as well from Miero, but will that be enough damage for them to go through? Just doesn't feel like it.
Eski can't die, all they need to do, man.
And who do you even look to go for?
It's going to be
Sort
impossible.
of holding the defense against the 5-man push.
Tanking's going to blink
If you're
ult in.
Miero, who are you jumping in and looking as your key Doom target?
At this point, who knows? You probably want the Sanking, but then you have to be careful of the Omni, so maybe some simultaneous initiation while the Omni sees controlled, but at this point now, Snaking's just tanky, so you have to keep him controlled the whole time because you're not going to kill him. So I don't know, Owen, because you're also playing into Aegis, it's just complications everywhere.
Yeah, Amar's going to start working on a Lotus as well to throw another sort of problem into the mix here for BB team.
Yeah, they're already
pay
ahead of the steps
taxes?
that they need to
Not
worry about,
really.
like getting these Lincolns and Lotus. They can start doing it if they'd like to, but there's some pretty crazy levels to point out as well. Malrine, we talking about how flawless his game has been on the Sanking. Level 20 at 24 minutes is pretty crazy. That has to be one of the highest XPs I think I've seen in this tournament.
And here we go with a push. BB team, they've got to do something now. Smoke up's there.
Who do you go for?
Here we
Hey,
go.
they gotta go for some type of
GG
crazy
in
wrap
20
around the
seconds.
positioning. It's already been given up.
They're going to try.
Malrine's already in his spot.
GG in 20
to watch the
seconds.
smoke.
Can they make some sort of jump that catches Falcons by surprise? Save.
10
In the
seconds.
way, they'll get the vision set up. The smoke will dispel here. Save's going to jump straight over.
Okay. Oh no. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's over.
Dominate game 1.
This one was not
Holy
even
shit.
close, it felt like. You know, we talked up BBT's early game, talked how sometimes they can get these advantages early on. That didn't
Ooh,
happen.
damn.
It's gonna be back to
Actually,
the drawing board, it
R-worded.
feels like a bit for them as Falcons comes in.
Mind control
Very
as an
clear
admin.
today.
Oh, they really
That's
do.
a W.
What a way to start their show here on the main stage, Falcons. And yeah, BB team, I mean, not just a loss, but a rough loss as well. We're going into a series in which, you know, this next game too, they've just never been able to win that in a best of 3. They've never been able to take a series against Falcons. In this next game,
You can bet
they're gonna
his
have to do
life
something
savings on
seemingly,
Falcons.
statistically, it's been impossible for them.
Remember to click the subscription button, but that's not good enough. You gotta click the bell. Click the bell. You gotta also click the bell and thumbs up.